दीपं दर्शयामि नैवेद्यं प्रसाद ॐ नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि नमः ॐ नैवेदयामि घृत्पङ्कहविष्याणां पायसं च शर्करं नानाविधं च नैवेद्यं विष्णुमे प्रतिगृह्यताम् ॐ श्री सत्यनारायणे नमः नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि नमः ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि नमः घृत्पङ्कहविष्याणां पायसं सा शर्करं नानाविधं च नैवेद्यं विष्णुमे प्रतिगृह्यताम् ॐ श्री सत्यनारायणे नमः नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि नमः नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि नमः आचमन्यं ताम्बूलं दक्षिणां हिरण्यगर्भ समवर तथा भूतस्य जाता पतिरेकयासि सदाधार पृथ्वीं ध्यामुतेमं तस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेमम् ॐ नमो नारायणाय नमः ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ कदलीगर्भादिसम्भूतं कर्पूरां च प्रदीपितम् आरातिक्यमहं कुर्वे पश्य मे वरदो भवम् ॐ नमो नारायणाय नमः ॐ नमो नारायणाय. Everybody take flowers, clasp your hands and just focus your mind on Satyanarayan Bhagavan. This is Maghi Purnima. Maghi Purnima is last Purnima of the calendar year. So we give thanks to Bhagavan Satyanarayan and thank him for blessing us with family, friends, life. If all of us are prayer meditating at this moment, it means we are alive. So we thank the Lord for blessing us with life through the year, accomplishments. Life is never without its challenges, but with God by our side or God inside of us. As we know, Sarva Bhut Hridayam, Bhagavan Krishna mentions that He lives inside of us in the heart of all devotees. So with His presence, everything, challenges, we find the strength to deal with challenges. We find the wisdom to make positive choices. We find the right speech to comfort people's lives. We find the right strength to lift our hands and give a helping hand wherever it's needed. But today, let's reflect upon the year. Thank the Lord for blessing us with a year of life. We have lost, we have gained, we struggled, we enjoyed some pleasures and luxuries. Prabhu, we thank you for all of that. And on this beautiful day, we pray to you. Om Namo Narayana. 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 Om Shriman Narayan 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 Shriman Narayan 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 Shriman Narayan 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 Shriman Narayan 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 Satya Narayan 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 Satya Narayan 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 Ekada Naimisharanya Rishya Shaunakadaya Prapyachur Munaya Sarve Sutam Pauranikam Khalu Vratena Tapasa Kimva Prapyate Vanchitam Phalam Tatsarva Shrothumicchama Kathayasya Mahamune Narayan 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 Sriman Narayan 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 Sriman Narayan 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 Ekada Naimisharanya. Let's just continue to clasp our hands. There's a beautiful Prathamo Adhyaya, the first Adhyaya of the Satyanarayan Katha. Seek the blessings of the Lord. Ekada Naimisharanya Rishya Shaunakadaya Prapyachurmunaya Sarve Sutam Pauranikam Khalu Vratena Tapasa Kimva Prapyate Vanchitam Phalam Tarsagvam Sothumicchama Kathayasya Mahamuni Naradenaiva Samprishte Bhagavan Kamalapatihi Surarshye Yathaivaha Tachrunudhyam Samahita Ekada Narado Yogi Paranugrahakam Shayam Paryatan Vividhan Lokan Mrityalokam Upagatan Tato Drishtva Jana Sarva Nana Klesh Samanvita नानायोनि समुत्पन्नान् क्लिश्यश्यामान् स्वकर्मभिः केनुपायेन चैतेषां दुःखनाशो भवेत् ध्रुवम् इति संचित्त मनसा विष्णुलोकां गतस्तदा तत्र नारायणं देवं शुक्लवर्णं चतुर्भुजं शङ्खचक्र गदा पद्मा वनमाला विभूषितं दृष्ट्वा तं देवदेवेशं स्तोत्रं समुचक्रमे नमो वाङ्मनसातीता रूपमायान्तशक्तये आधिमध्यान्तहीनाय निर्गुणाय गुणात्मने सर्वेषामादिभूताय भक्तानामातिनाशिने श्रुतस्तोत्रं ततो विष्णुर्नारदं प्रत्यभाषतः किमर्थं मागतोऽसि त्वं किं ते मनसि वर्तते कथयस्य महाभाग तत्सर्वं कथयामि ते मर्त्यलोके जना सर्वे नानाक्लेशसमन्विता नानायोनि समुत्पन्ना पच्यन्ते पापकर्मभिः तत्कथं शमयेन्नाथ लघुपायेन तद्धृद श्रोतुमिच्छामि तत्सर्वं कृपास्ति यदि ते मयि साधु पृष्टं त्वया वत्सा लोकानुग्रहकाङ्क्षया यत्कृत्वा मुच्यते मोहात् शृणुत्वा वदामि ते व्रतमस्मि महत्पुण्यं स्वर्गे मर्त्ये च दुर्लभं तव स्नेहान्मया विप्र प्रकाशा क्रियते धुना सत्यनारायणस्यैव व्रतं संयुग्विधानतः कृत्वा सद्या सुखं भुक्त्या परत्र मोक्षमाप्नुयात् तुच्छ्रुत्वा भगवात् कथ्यं नारदो मुनिवृत्ततः मुनिवब्रवीतः किं फलं किं निधानं च कृतं केनैव तद्व्रतं तत्सर्वं विस्तरात् ब्रूहि कदा कार्याव्रतप्रभो श्रीभगवान् उवाच दुःखशोक आदिशमनं धनधान्यप्रवर्धनं सौभाग्यसन्तितिकरं सर्वत्र विजयप्रदम् यस्मिन् कस्मिन् दिने मर्त्यो भक्तिश्रद्धा समन्वितात् सत्यनारायणं देवं यज्ञे चैव निशामुखे तोरणादि च कर्तव्यं कदलीस्तम्भमण्डितं पञ्चभिः कलशोर्युक्तं ध्वजादेशै च सन्मितं जलपूर्णं सरत्तेता पुगीफलसमन्विते भूषिते पुष्पभालाभिः सप्तधान्योपरितस्तते छादयेत् पत्तिवस्त्रर्ना नानावस्त्राविचित्रते चन्दनादि सुगन्धेन लोपयेद मृगं पदं शङ्खभेरी मृतकरं च वादयेद बुभर्जनेः नानां मङ्गलाचरस्तेषु कर्तव्यं निजसज्जने सध्यायां नियमां कृत्वा दन्तध्यावनपूर्वकम् ॐ श्री सत्यनारायणे नमः प्रातरुत्थाय मेधावी स्नात्वावश्यकामचरेत् तद्धनु प्रणिमापेकं सुवर्णस्य शुभाकृतं कारयेद् नियमामेन स्थापयेत् यथा विधिः पञ्चामृतस्ते वस्त्रयुगमेव परिवेष्टितां ताम्रपात्रेषु विनस्यस्य स्थापयेत प्रतिमां शुभं प्रतिष्ठं च प्रकुर्वीतं स्वस्ति वाचान पूर्वकं चन्दनेन सुगन्धेन पुष्पे कालोद्भवे फले धूपे दीपश्च नैवेद्यस्ताम्बूलेव सफे शुभे ब्रह्माणैर्बन्धवेयश्च सहितो धर्मतत्परा नैवेद्यं भक्तितो दध्यात् समाद भक्ष्यमुत्तमम् रम्भाफलं घृतिं क्षीरं गोधूमस्य च चूर्णकम् अभावे शालिचूर्णं वा शर्करा च गूढ तथा समापं सर्वमक्ष्यामि चैकृत्यं नैवेदयेत् विप्राय दक्षिणां दद्यात् कथां श्रुत्वा जनैः सह ततश्च बन्धुभिः साढ्यं विप्राश्च प्रतिभोजनेत् प्रसादं भक्षयेत् भक्त्या Nityagita Charet Tatascha Srigatam Gachet Satyanarayanam Smarat Eve Krite Manushyanam Vancha Siddhir Bhave Dhruvam Visheshataha Kaliyuge Laghupaye Asmin Bhutale Iti Sri Skanda Purane Chaturvarshati Sahasranamitikatmane Anyadeva Varikhande Satyanarayana Vrat Kathatham Pratamodhyaya Bole Satyanarayan Swami Ki. That completes the first Adhyaya Satyanarayan Katha. The entire chapter we chanted in Sanskrit. And you remember that? You remember that? All right. I taught all these boys how to read in Sanskrit, all the chapters. And when we had just started all of them were here, we used to chant all 5 of the chapters in Sanskrit at the temple here. But you know, I'm getting a little aged, and we need them back at the temple. But what is the Katha saying? This entire Katha we chanted just now to Bhagwan Satyanarayan. Satyanarayan Katha was brought to this world. For Kartik Purnima we did 5 sessions, so you know all about this. It was brought to this world to relieve us from stress, from poverty, from pains, from anguish. It was brought to this world to uplift human beings. There is, in our system of living, there is a puja for everything. That is the beauty of the Hindu tradition. There is a puja for everything. But the trick is, the puja is not a reactive puja. We must know this. Puja is not reactive. I remember when we were little back home, and even now, when people were sick, you would find, the parents would make nice soup for them, like very, nice soup for them. Well, how kind of soup people make back home? But they're like barley soup. Next day you go, when the women got babies, they'd make kog for them. Remember kog? Those were the village recipes. I can't tell you what's in kog though, but they used to make kog, right? But besides that, when somebody got sick back then, that was the only time or so they focused on eating healthy, because they need to get back to good health, so they need soup and all these things to nourish their body. After that, gone again. Similarly, puja has become like that. When there is a challenge, it is that moment that we want to do a puja to react to the situation. Nothing is wrong with that, but to be more effective, these pujas are done proactively. If a person follows the Hindu system of prayer, of satsang, of puja. Listen, this is a Wednesday evening. I could be home, doing work, on my computer, whatever. All of us could be doing something that we're doing. But when I have a long day, I don't know about you, but when I do, and I think about, I gotta come here and sit down a little bit in Satyanara and meditate a little bit. Or if nothing happens, I can just sit here. It just helps me so much to relieve stress. It helps to relieve stress. All of us without exception, have some vices in us. We experience some sort of behavior or emotion called stress, and so on. How do we deal with these things? Very important, right? That's why I was telling a few people next year, I want this temple, as much as we're doing our pujas and so, we'll continue to do that. As a matter of fact, we enhance more what we're doing next year. Bigger, more elaborate, more involvement, as much as we can. But one of the things we'll focus on next year is it's going to be a teaching year, an awareness year. A year where we create awareness and education of how we can use what we do here to help ourselves physically, emotionally. It'll be a teaching year as well, and a year of awareness where we'll focus a lot more on well-being. Well-being, right? Physically and otherwise. Stress is dominating our community today. In South Asians, hypertension is, we are higher risk of hypertension. We don't know that. A lot of our people, when we have hypertension, we neglect it because it's not something physical, right? You had a heart, or you got a heart attack, you got a stroke, it's physical, you can feel it. But hypertension, you don't see it because it doesn't, you think you got a pain in the neck, or somebody's a pain in your neck, or something like that, and tomorrow I'll wake up better, whatever it is, eat cucumber, whatever it is. So we have all this short term, but we don't pay attention to it until it has bulked up, it has accumulated, and then when it displays itself, it just devours a human being. Next year is the year for us to create workshop and sessions. We used to do these things before pre-COVID. We used to bring in dogs and things here, little puppies. What do we call them? The puppies we brought in, they were, there are certain dogs that you take, and people who have like stresses and, depression and so, and there are certain dogs that you take in, and they, kind of, raise up their energy level and so on, make them happy. We used to do those things a little bit, but next year we'll start that. Resume it. But more so, we will talk about how any of this here, how it can impact our lives in a positive way. Puja and temple, although we may think it is old-fashioned, and it is very, very ancient, more ancient, Satyanarayana Katha, come on, this is here before, Kali Yuga started. So, and when Kali Yuga started, people did not know how to deal with everything, right? You didn't know how to deal with it. COVID came, we hardly know how to deal with COVID. When Kali Yuga came, people did not know how to deal with Kali Yuga. The Satyanarayana Katha said some people were overeating, some people were undereating, some people were getting palaces, some people did not have place to eat, some people were healthy, some people were unhealthy, so people did not know how to live, right? Satyanaraji came, you all know the story, and he saw the imbalance of everything. People did not know how to live. There are remnants of that still existing. We simply do not know how to live, or we know how to live, but we chose not to live well. We choose not to live well, right? We take our culture, go back to our culture. I always talk to children that come to this temple. When children come to this temple and they're doing classes and so, or no classes even, but especially the one who do classes, I always ask them, are you practicing at home? Are you rehearsing at home? Are you doing your riyaz, your recital at home? They'll tell me no, yes, sometimes. Because our children go through an enormous amount of stress, we don't notice. They go through their schoolwork, their workload is so much, especially from high school coming up. Their stress level is very high, so we have to be conscious of that. But the beauty of this is? Music is relaxation. Music is relaxation. When you sit, I did music. I did classical music for many years when I was younger. Even when I got married, I still did some years of it. Many years of classical music, and it helped me, my ragas, my practices, it helped me to tune my voice, and up to now I don't know how to sing, but that's fine. But it helped me so much with my relaxation. Because I was going to school, and then work, and then temple, and then everything else I was doing like any other person was doing, right? And then after that I got married to some more responsibilities. I'm not saying it became worse, I'm just saying I got married. So music helped me so much to do what I do. And I told the children, look at music as relaxation. Sometimes you just need to leave what you're doing, pick up the harmonium, or just sing a kirtan, and you can see how relaxing it is. Extremely relaxing. We came on this earth, there is no one manual for everybody to live. Not because somebody's child is living one way, you have to live that way. Not because somebody's child is that person, yours has to be. Not because somebody's child is playing an instrument, yours have to be. There is no one manual for every person. That is why Satyanarayana Katha is here. Naraji saw all these people, they don't know how to live life. Right? And because of circumstances and choices, whatever, he brought this beautiful puja, Satyanarayan Katha. The Hindu culture has brought culture, and it has brought rituals as well. When puja is done in your own way, everybody, I think, in our community here can do a simple, basic panchopchar or 5-step or 16-step puja. Basic. You bathe the murti first, you put on the clothes, put some chandan. Think of how you are getting dressed. That's how I like to explain it. The steps you would take to get dressed, or if you invite somebody into the home, what are the, you invite them first, you give them water, wash their hands, feet, take a shower, change clothes, put on perfume, chandan, eat, drink water. That is what you do. Anybody who performs a simple, basic Ganesh Puja, Vishnu Puja, you have to do it, with some bhav. You are bound to feel relief, and you are bound to see change. That is guaranteed. There is no doubt about that. Yeah? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati. Krishna Bhagavan says, offer to me a leaf, a fruit, a flower, or some water. Yo me bhaktya prayachati. As long as you offer it to me with devotion, I'm bound to bless you, is the Gita. No doubt about it. Yo me bhaktya prayachati. So what we do here in Satyanarayan Puja helps to elevate us emotionally and also spiritually and materially as well. Naraji asked Bhagwan, see Satyanarayan Bhagwan, tell me, I'm going to go tell everybody you created Kali Yuga. People are living, they just don't know how to live. Prabhu, tell me the following. Tell me the following. I want to know the following. Bhagwan says, what do you want to know? Kim phalam, kim nidhanam cha, kritam keneva vrittamam, tat sarva vistarat bruhi katha karyam vratam prabhu. He said, Prabhuji, when I go tell people how to pray, they will ask me, what is the benefit of praying? Kim phalam, what are the fruits? Right? What are the fruits of Satyanarayan Puja? What are the fruits I will get when I pray? Kim phalam, kim vidhanam cha. What are the benefits? Kim keneva tadvratam. What are the benefits of emptying your stomach in vratam? Science have told us, not now, before science, the gurus have always told us. Bhagavatam told us how to eat. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran says, half stomach of food, quarter stomach of water, and quarter stomach must be left for breathing. Bhagavatam told us that. Not biology and every the Bhagavat Puran, half stomach food, quarter stomach water, quarter stomach breathing. You try eating half belly food. People will say, I went there, only give me half belly food. That's an insult. We have to eat until the food gets to our throat. And when it gets to our throat, and that is called satisfaction. Well, the Hindu system, we have something called Satyanarayan Vrat. Vrat means abstinence. In the Hindu month, how many days the Lord has given us? The Lord knows that His body needs to relax. So He gives us Ekadashi. There are 2 Ekadashis in every month. If you eat less or even don't eat grains, you eat a banana, a fruit, or whatever it is, if your health permits only, please be careful, because people are diabetic and things. If health permits, you lessen the food of your body on Ekadashi. Ekadashi, preferably you don't eat grains, but you got to talk to your doctor. What happens? You feel a sense of relief, a sense of elevation, right? That's Ekadashi that happens on the 11th day, on the bright half and the dark half, twice every month. Then we have Pradosh, twice every month as well. Then we have, that's 4. Then we have Purnima, which is once every month as well. When we look at it in the calendar month, we have 5 days in which our Hindu system supports us. That if you don't eat as much, or if you don't eat at all on those days, what will happen? Like today's Purnima. What happens on Purnima? The moon comes closer to the earth, so the water body rises, the ocean, the tides rises, the ocean, the river rises. When full moon, high tide, if you grow up back home, you know that, right? This here, your body is a water body. We have 72% of water in this body. So when the moon comes closer to the earth, what happens? The water, the fluid in your body will rise. And when your fluid in the body rises, you will feel full. And that's why today is a day when you eat lots of food, you will feel stuffed. You'll feel lazy. Stuffed and lazy. Like, what happened? I'm so slow today. You trace it. It's because the moon is full. Your body of water is risen, but you're filling your body more. Right? So the day supports us. Today supports us. 5 days in the entire month, if you give it to God and you lessen your food that you eat and all this kind of thing, it helps us. It helps us. This is the power of vrat. Naraji asked Satyanarayan Bhagwan, Prabhu, if people ask me what is the importance of vrat, what do I tell them? He says, Naraji, tell them, Saubhagya, the first answer he gives. Saubhagya santitikaram. Saubhagya means long life. Long and happy life. You must go and tell the people of the world, Narad, that by doing vrat, observing your culture, your dharma, your rituals, your pujas, you will have long and happy and healthy life. Long life is a blessing when you're happy and you're healthy. Tell them, Saubhagya santitikaram sarvatra vijay pradam. They will have victory from all directions of life. Yasmin kasmin dine marcho bhakti shraddha samanvita. Any day in the evening time, this puja can be performed. Satyanarayanam devam yajechaiva nishamuka toranadi chakartavyam kadali. And so it tells you how to do the puja. Banana, you offer all the things that we do. And it's a chandanadi sugandhena. Exactly what we do here, pujas. The book says how you must do the puja. Right? How you must do the puja. So what happens here? We have an understanding that these pujas, they are not just done by old people. Because our youngsters sometimes feel prayer is for the old people. Right? In the West, when you get to a certain age, like you get, mid-30s or the 40s and thing, and you're married and so on, and you start to change your habits, you don't go out too much and things like that. They say you have found God. Have you found God? I mean, God has never lost. Has God ever been lost in our life? We are lost, not that God is lost. We are lost in life. So prayer or puja is not reactive. Prayer or puja must be proactive. And all of us, I know the time when, Satyanarayan Puja, everybody used to do it in the house once a year or something. Or if you can't do it, the temple affords you the opportunity. Every Purnima we're here, chanting Satyanarayan Bhagwan Puja. Come on out, sit down a little bit, and just be in peace, just be quiet, and then the mantras will sink in, and the Lord will do His work. The times that we are living in, we need this more than any time. We need this more than any time. And I'm saying today that don't take me wrong. If something happened to you, you must consult your pandit and ask what prayer can I do and things like that. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is that it is better when prayer is proactive. Do your sadhana, do your pujas, observe your vrat, live a good life. These things will help you so that when challenges come in our life, sickness, because sickness will knock on all our door one day. And sometimes it knocks very hard, sometimes it knocks very lightly. Today, we have so many people in our community with cancer. Every other person you talk to in this community, they have cancer, right? It is very, very sad for me because, I know a lot of these good people. They live a pretty decent life. Everybody you talk to today, I got news again, one of our, devotees got cancer. And it is not something pleasant because you know that when you get that and the stages and all that, and it is such a bad time to be sick. Never a good time to be sick, but especially now. Everything is a crisis in this province. Education crisis, health crisis, inflation crisis. Everything is a crisis. Well, these things help us to deal with that. And with all of this, there'll be a buildup of stress. There'll be a buildup of everything else. We have to focus a lot on ourselves, on our relationship with our God. And this is what brings a lot of peace and comfort to people. The message I want us all to take home today, we'll do a little meditation just now, a little bit of chanting to help you with dealing with things. Full moon meditation is amazing. Full moon, what happens? It enhances your quality. Full moon enhances your quality. If you have good vasanas and good qualities, you'll be a blissful human being on this day, more blissful. And if you have bad qualities and if you have all these things, it will you'll be miserable today. I always tell you, I used to work at a call center, and when it's full moon, I don't want to go to work because everybody has an issue, and you can't even deal with that. But anyways, always understand this. Take care of yourself. Take care of your relationship between you and God. Number 2, don't have expectations of yourself, your children, and your family because others have that. We all, I don't know, there's been an argument before the beginning of time as to if we are all born equal or not. Right? I think if you can sit down and debate that because it's a matter of opinion. We all came into this world as very different people. Physically, we may think that we have hand and foot and eye and mouth and we are all the same. But we bring something called vasanas. Vasanas or auras or karmas. Nobody can know what that is. You don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Pandit don't know what it is. Astrologer don't know what it is. Nobody knows what it is. Only divine. So let the expectation from each other be reasonable. Right? Because that alone can depress a human being when we judge them very, very, very differently. Today I pray that may Bhagwan Satyanarayan bless all of you, guide all of you and protect you. Thank the Lord for a year, whether it has been beautiful, blissful or miserable, in what way. We thank the Lord for the year. And we ask that Bhagwan Satyanarayan keep you, all of you and your families very safe and very healthy and happy. And remember, when sickness and challenges and sorrows knock at our doors, let us always not be welcoming, but know how to deal with it. Because if we don't, a little bit of a problem will destroy our lives in total. Let's give thanks to Bhagwan Satyanarayan. I'll ask all of you in the temple to sit up and just close your eyes. Clasp your hands as we chant these prayers to Satyanarayan Bhagwan. This is Shankha Nidam Kritva Mangalacharan Pathet, Bhagwan Satyanarayan's prayers. Om Namo Narayana Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Akhanda Mandalakaryam व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अमोघं पुंडरीकाक्षं नृसिंहं दैत्यसूदनं ऋषिकेशं जगन्नाथं वागीशं वरदायकं गुणत्रयं गुणातीतं गोविन्दं गरुडध्वजं जनार्दनं जनातीतं जानकीवल्लभं हरिं प्रणमामि सदा भक्त्या नारायणमतः परं दुर्गमे विषमे घोरे शत्रुभिः परिपीडते निस्तरारयस्य सर्वेषु तथाग्निभयेषु च नामान्येतानि संकीर्त्य इप्सितं फलमाप्नुयात्। सत्यनारायणं देवं वन्देऽहं कामदं प्रभुं लीलया विततं विश्वं येन तस्मै नमो नमः। नीलम्भुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महसायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथं। सीताराम गुणाग्राम पुण्यारण्यविहारिणो वन्दे विशुद्धविज्ञानो कवीश्वर कपीश्वरो। श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजं प्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुनाथमया रत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुर्महिनन्दनायताक्षं रामं निशाचं विनाशकरं नमामि विनाशकरं नमामि। ध्येयं सदा सवितृमण्डलमध्यवर्तिं नारायणः सरितिजा सरिसन्निविष्टं केयूरवान् करकुण्डलवान् किरीटी हारे हिरण्मयवपुरघृतशङ्खचक्र आपदघन ध्यात्वा सहस्रभानव समीहितार्त पर्पणारकालधेनवः अपार संसार समुद्रसेतव पुनन्तु मां ब्रह्मण पादपांसवः। तत्रैव गंगा यमुना च तत्र गोदावरी सिंधु सरस्वती च सर्वाणि तीर्थानि वसन्ति तत्र यात्राच्युतोदा रकथा प्रसंगः। Let's continue to close our eyes, and with your closed eyes, let your eyes be gaze the center of your forehead. If you want to think about the moon, or just imagine the moon present there. Tonight is a Grahan as well with Mars. So ask Bhagwan's blessings on all of you. Any Grahas, may they remove them. But just be in silence, stay steady, close your eyes. Om Namo Narayana. 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 Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय. Bhagwan's blessings on everybody. Before we do our tea, I think we have prasad. Sing a little kirtan and then we'll do our tea afterwards. जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी. जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी. नैया पार करेंगे सभी की. नैया पार करेंगे सभी की. जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी. जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी. सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण. सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण. सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण. सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण. जिसने श्रद्धा भाव सुमन चरणों में चढ़ाया प्रभु के. जिसने श्रद्धा भाव सुमन चरणों में चढ़ाया प्रभु के. भक्ति से जिसमें शीश यहाँ चरणों में झुकाया प्रभु के. उस पर होती प्रभु की कृपा. उस पर होती प्रभु जी की कृपा. सब कामना होती पूरी. सब कामना होती पूरी. जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी. जय जयकार करो रे प्रभु जी. श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण. सत्यनारायण 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 स्वामी की जय. ज्ञानिकानि च पापानि जन्मान्तरकृतानि च तानि सर्वाणि नश्यन्तु प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। हे सत्यनारायण स्वामी हमरे दुख हरो, बेरा पार करो प्रभु जी बेरा पार करो। हे सत्यनारायण स्वामी हमरे दुख हरो, बेरा पार करो प्रभु जी बेरा पार करो। तुम हो देव दया के सागर अब उद्धार करो, बेरा पार करो प्रभु जी बेरा पार करो। अजर अमर अविचल अविनाशी घत घत के वासी प्रभु तुम घत घत के वासी। जन्म जन्म से तुम्हारे दर्श की अखिया है प्यासी प्रभु जी अखिया है प्यासी। सत्य सनातन परम ब्रह्म हरि हम पर कृपा करो, बेरा पार करो प्रभु जी बेरा पार करो। सदानंद ब्राह्मण की प्रभु जी तुमने कष्ट हरे, प्रभु जी तुमने कष्ट हरे। लकड़ीहार भी लाके तुमने कारज सिद्ध करे, प्रभु जी कारज सिद्ध करे। है तूफानों में जीवन नैया तरपत ध्यान धरो, बेरा पार करो प्रभु जी बेरा पार करो। हे सत्यनारायण स्वामी हमरे दुख हरो, बेरा पार करो प्रभु जी बेरा पार करो, बेरा पार करो प्रभु जी बेरा पार करो। शांताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविरध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनां सर्वे सन्तु निरामयम् सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। बोले गणपति भगवान की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, सिया भज रामचंद्र की, भवानी शंकर भगवान की, जगदम्बिका माता की, श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की। सबको ये जय जय सीताराम। जय सीताराम एवरीबॉडी। शुभ रात्रि and have a blessed night ahead of you.